Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the question and answers. We have 4 questions that have been emailed for Khenchen Rinpoche. The first question is, Dear Khenchen Rinpoche, can you please give advice on training in this instruction? Quote, give all profit and victory to others and take all loss and defeat onto yourself. Unquote. How to practice this instruction in a powerful way. How to train in this if another person appears to act with great pride.
Act with
great pride.
Pride.
Mm-hmm.
First you say, this is also, first you should say, play of the ego. No? We are all, since samsara, playing with the ego, with the ignorance. Then we are playing with the ego. So here's giving wisdom. My ego, what I attach to gain, to get the profit, that all I just I give to others. So your profits are giving to others means releasing your attachment, the profit you have, So you are releasing your attachment to ego. You take others, all the loss, you take others to lose. We hate to lose, We don't want to lose anything because of our attachment to the ego. So here's you're playing with your ego in your mind. All that what I dislike losing, now I practice, release this attachment, and I accept all the lost. And may everyone gain what they want. And may I lose everything what I want. They say, you look at your own ego, you take it. So you are playing with the ego. So in reality, with this kind of practice, there's nothing to lose, nothing to gain. But playing with your ego, so you say, you ego what you want, all this you give to others. You should accept that. Don't upset. And you accept all the loss that you don't want, let it be lost. And then I'm happy with that. So no attachment, no aversion, basically, And but this is such a forceful, very forceful practice, direct practice, challenge with your ego, your attachment. Okay, that's it.
Okay, the second question. Are there good root tantras for the jewel ornament of liberation?
Root tantra?
Yeah. Are there good root tantras for the jewel ornament of liberation?
Root tantra. Maybe we should say Mayana. Gyaltshen, the Uttara Tantra. Uttara Tantra is the root of the jewel ornament of liberation. That's it? That's it? Only 3 questions?
No, 2 more.
2 more?
Okay.
Okay.
Third question. Are there any suggestions for the best translation of the Vajra Rosary commentarial tenures and conjures?
Vajra Rosary. Vajra Rosary. I don't know that text. Yeah, just tell I don't know the text.
Okay, well, they can hear you.
Okay. Vajra Rosary, the root text of Vajra Rosary.
The best translation.
Best
We're asking
translation.
for the best translation of the Vajra Rosary, commentarial, tenure, and contrary.
I don't know that text.
And the fourth question. How to make practice feel more happy and joyful. Yesterday, Rinpoche said, if it isn't happy, it isn't Dharma. Thank you.
No. Don't expect happiness through your practice. You have to release happiness. Whether I get happy or not happy, I practice Dharma. If you attach to happiness for your practice, it will bring disappointment. I practice so hard, I'm never happy. Because you are attached to a substantial happiness, something concrete you want established, and that never happens. It's like chasing the rainbow. If you chase the rainbow, farther you go, farther the rainbow goes, you know. That's it? Okay. Yeah, 4, yes, I think done. Yeah, 4. One more coming. Okay.
I'm not seeing it on the chat, no. Oh, I do.
Vajra Rosary Dorji Tama. Kyu Dorji Tama Yorwa. Tilwe. No, give me.
Okay.
Yes.
So the question, Dear Rinpoche La, what does fearlessness mean from the point of view of Buddhism? Quote, advance fearlessly and without hesitation, end quote. What does it mean? Thank you very much.
What it means? What?
What does it mean?
Fearless.
What does fearlessness mean from the point of view of Buddhism?
Fearless means, no attachment. When you have no attachment, there's no fear, basically. So that, if you realized the Mahamudra, there's nothing to fear. Ultimate way. The ultimate way, fearlessness, is if you have bodhicitta, if you kind of, bring all sentient beings under the bodhicitta's umbrella, and there's nothing to fear. And then if you have the realization of the Mahamudra, everything is just a manifestation of the Mahamudra, then there's nothing to fear. And if you have no attachment to yourself, there's nothing to fear. Okay. One more.
They're coming. So now they're coming.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I guess that the second part of that question was, what does it mean, the quote, advance fearlessly and without hesitation?
Fearlessly.
Fearlessly.
Fearlessly without fear.
Fearlessly and without hesitation.
Without hesitation.
What does that mean?
Fearlessly without fear. You know? You see, fearless without hesitation. So when you are confident, if somebody asks you questions and you are well prepared to answer all this, then you have no fear to answer to give the answer whatever questions you have. Just that example, You are sure you are this definite. There's nothing to fear. No.
Next question. What does pride of the deity mean?
Pride of deity means your acknowledgement who you are in the divine state of the deity. It's not imputed. Your deity, your being in the deity is not imputed. Rather, it's the acknowledgement, your innate nature as the deity inseparable of the emptiness. No? Your deity, the emptiness and deity, those are two inseparable. And you acknowledge that. That's your nature. That's the pride. It's called vajra pride, not arrogant pride.
Next question. They're coming on the chat. When Gampopa went to Milarepa, and Milarepa told him to go and meditate, Gampopa said he was thinking he might end up in the formless realm. What does that mean?
Not Gampopa, Pamutuba.
Okay, Padma.
Not Milarepa. When Pamutuba had a teacher before Gampopa. That teacher introduced Pamutuba. You achieved the first bhumi. Okay. So Pamutuba was very happy about that. And so, now my teacher introduced me. I achieved the first bhumi. It was a special insight. So then when Pamutuba met Gampopa, and the Pamutuba was told Gampopa. So Gampopa asked, what you have studied, where you are, this discussion in between. So when Pamutuba said, my teacher told me I have achieved the first bhumi. And Gampopa said, my piece of dough, sambar dough, is better than your realization. Means if I eat my dough as this, I can it will help me to eat the food. But your realization will go nowhere. So Pamutuba was a little confused, what he's talking about. So then, after some time, some discussions, back and forth, then Gampopa gave him direct instruction about that, the first bhumi. So then Gampopa and Pamutuba, Gampopa said, you go there, meditate. So Pamutuba went to the rock, on the piece of rock. He sat there, meditated there. And then he got to direct realization. Then Pamutuba said, oh yes, this is how it is about. Then he totally realized. That time, then Pamutuba said, if I have not met Gampopa, I'll be born in the formless realm. Yes.
Says, can you ask Rinpoche if he can guide a private extended retreat? Can you ask Rinpoche if he can guide a private extended retreat? So there's a request to you to guide a private extended retreat.
So I ask now. I ask you if you have any special place and time that we can do the retreat. No, this is not that person who asked.
Yes, we'll see.
Yeah. It's just, yes, I will then. No, you see. Steve will join first. He's prepared and excited. Okay, we're done. Yes, that's good. Oh, Banza Sato Samaya, Manobalaya, Banza Sato Denoba, Deta Dedo Membawa, Soto Kayo Membawa, Sobo Kayo Membawa, Anorado Membawa, Sarwa Siteme Prayas, Sarwa Karma Susame, Zedan Shriya, Kuro Hong, Ha 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 Ho. Sarwa Tata Gata Banzar Mame Monza Barzimbawa Ma Samaya Sato. So now we are going through some understanding about the six parameters or 10 parameters. Basically, all those explanations very concise, complete in the jewel ornament of liberation. It's such a beautiful book, So I have said the first three parameters: the morality, this generosity, morality, and patience. The patience is not finished yet. The third one, I said the first, second. Third one is sometimes when you hear about the emptiness, it gives you some kind of fear. Oh, if everything's empty, then what? Then this all what I see, what I like, this all no meaningful. Nothing, it's empty what, Some individuals can happen. But in this regarding to this, there's two individuals. First, we are not afraid of emptiness because we don't know emptiness. Even you say the whole wall is empty, so okay. So that kind of fearlessness of emptiness, we don't know emptiness enough. And the other one who have no fear is who's totally realized emptiness, what the nature of the emptiness it means, all the things, then you have such a great joy. Instead of fear, you have such a great joy. This is what it means. Free of expectation, free of attachment, aversion. Totally free, unconfined. Unconfined? The unconfined vastness of the whole reality. Instead of fear, such a great joy. Yeah. In between now there, we are in the samsara for a long time, grasping the ego, all things, existence. I like this, I enjoy these things, all these things there. At the same time, then you get a glimpse of emptiness. Then there's nothing to hold, nothing to grasp. It's the nothing. Oh, there comes fear. So that time you have to be very careful. You need a good teacher, to guide you. And then you follow the practice Dharma teaching, how everything's illusory nature, manifestations, all these things. So that kind of the fearlessness, or fearlessness. Okay. Then perseverance, the fourth profession is perseverance. Bria, that is perseverance. You enjoy your Dharma practice, basically. You see the faults of the samsara. You see the dissatisfaction within the samsara, no matter what you do. No matter how much you achieve, still you're not satisfied. In our politics, we say that our country, the United States, is such a country, in the world, the best country in the world, achieved, Everybody admires U.S. Still, those who are going to run for president, I'm not fully satisfied what we have. We want more. We want to develop better. So you see, this is samsara. Samsara, no matter how much you achieve, there's never full satisfaction. But Dharma practice, if you practice Dharma, bodhicitta, emptiness, you see then. But just by itself, Dharma practice of loving kindness, compassion, and then bodhicitta, this great joy. So you practice, make effort on the basis of the joy. While you are enjoying your Dharma practice, you just continue. The fruit is limitless. While you are enjoying, at the same time, you are creating limitless good cause. That's called perseverance. Your armor, the armor of the perseverance means you wear the armor. Like say, in the battlefield, the militaries, they wear armors to protect. So here this means you wear the armor, means I will practice Dharma until I become Buddha. You wear that, make that kind of mind. So I know now, from this, even before I achieve enlightenment, still I practice Dharma and how much I get benefit. Now if I go more further, then why not? I'll achieve. So you just without fear, go forward. Releasing all the cause of suffering. As I mentioned, looking at the Buddha's teaching, what are the prescribed cause of suffering? What Buddha prescribed for the cause for the peace and happiness made such a clear, the line, demarcation, and there's nothing to ask anymore. All this precisely, I see it. And what Buddha prescribed, I saw those, they are the cause of suffering. Not so for some individuals, not just for monks and nuns, but every sentient beings. So I have to follow that myself. And I'm so happy about this. I'm so grateful about this. And I have this great opportunity. So just follow joyfully. Even though it's not easy, but you want to do, you enjoy. The saying, usually when you go outside, when the rain comes, you have to have umbrella to protect from the rain. But if you're swimming pool, you're swimming, no matter how much rain, you don't afraid of that. You enjoy the rain. And so like that you enjoy the practice. 추위 낭도 슈바이 차기라고 넘겨줬어. That's what it's called perseverance. Getting, get out of all this laziness. We're lazy to sleep. We're lazy to have some good meal, relax, some sunshine, a little bit relax, attached to this comfort. Or sometimes we keep so busy in the samsara, even you don't have time to eat. It's the laziness of the attached to the samsaric activities. When you make such kind of busy in the samsaric achievement, why not make some for the enlightenment? No. And then sometimes we look down. I'm not smart enough. No, I cannot practice so much because I don't know. There are some other individuals are so advanced. They're so smart. They experience so fast, and I'm so slow. No, so I'm not good for. I'm not qualified to this. This called the laziness of looking down on oneself. So there also you have to, inspire yourself. So even small insects, if they, for them, enlightenment is so far because they don't know anything. But since they have the Buddha nature, if they make effort, one day they can achieve Buddhahood, which is so far for them. And I'm here as a human being. I know what's virtue, what's non-virtue, and I know who's the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So if I make effort, why not I can achieve enlightenment? So inspire yourself. So like this, get rid of all the excuses, basically, There's a lot of excuses. Get rid of all the excuses and then go forward to enlightenment. Enjoy the Dharma. This is called perseverance. And sometimes when you work hard, so hard, then you're so tired. I'm really exhausted, And it's good to take rest. Without giving up, I take rest like vacation, We have go to some good place to vacation for a few weeks, relax there, and then continue. So this is a skillful method how to basically, as I mentioned repeatedly, all our Dharma practices is to purify our mental afflictions. There's many different layers how you can practice. For the beginner, for more advanced, for very advanced, For beginner, it's not a time to fight with our mental afflictions. Our mental afflictions are more powerful than we are. So we have to be very cautious about that. Sometimes maybe you have to run away, to escape. We cannot fight. They are so powerful. Then after some time, you practice to continue, and then you just kind of make it becoming balance. The mental afflictions, and you are similar, And still continue with that. Then after some time, you are more powerful. Mental afflictions are. And you can dominate mental afflictions directly. So this so perseverance, so all our focus is to purify mental afflictions. Instead of Dharma practice become conditioned to give rise to mental affliction, building strength of mental affliction, just instead purify, minimize, those mental afflictions, because they are the direct cause of suffering. We should acknowledge that, understand that, At the end of the day, if we play with mental afflictions, we're the loser. So we're just a victim of the suffering. So we should understand that. Then when you are more advanced in the bodhicitta practice of emptiness, all this, and mental afflictions decreases. Because first of all, they are impermanent. Secondly, their nature is emptiness. When you see the nature of the emptiness, as an anchor. Where it come from? Where is the abide? Where it goes? Nowhere. No, when you have strength on that, all the other mental afflictions, attachment, desire, pride, jealousy, everything's in that nature. That's called victory. You are victorious, fighting with mental afflictions. That. So these are a brief about the perseverance, how you persevere, or what direction. In the what's our dimension. All the beast of all these mental afflictions manifest. You should be like a lion in the middle of all the beasts. When the lion roars, all the beasts are just scattered. So all the mental afflictions they manifest. You have the lion of the bodhicitta, the wisdom of realization of emptiness. Then all these mental afflictions subside. Then samadhi, the fifth one. Samadhi, as we have discussed that, meditation, meditative state. Watching the breath, just breathe in, out, follow the mind with the breath, relax. This also first, you see, described in the Jewel Ornament of Liberation, chapter 15, the chapter of the meditative concentration. They are very precisely described. What are the distractions? What the cause of distraction? It's agitation, and what means distraction? What's the faults of the distraction? What means solitude? What's the definition of solitude? To describe this very beautifully in a few words in each. So Gampopa has such a skill of his writing for us. Some are listed which are required. There are 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, listed. Benefit, there's the 4 list of the, this is a benefit, this is such. And some are listed of practice. This he required, this is mentioned, this bodhicitta. This morning I mentioned the 4 causes of the bodhicitta practice. As Gampopa there mentioned, then there are others as well. So look at this samadhi meditation. First, before we go do the samadhi meditation, look at the mind. Which mental afflictions are stronger in your mind? Whether anger, aversion, or attachment, or ignorance, or pride, or jealousy, arrogance, which are stronger. Look at yourself. Then, to release that, bring the antidote. And practice this. So reduce this, the intensity of these mental afflictions. To release that strength, you bring this antidote and slow down. Then after that, then you meditate in the shamatha. When then mind is when it's become calm, peaceful. Just common Buddhist and non-Buddhist. Even non-Buddhist, they can achieve very high stage of the samadhi meditation. But it's very important for us, for both Vajrayana and the Sutrayana practitioner. And after that, you see, then comes the 6th perfection of the wisdom, realization of the wisdom. In that you see the method, wisdom, both are required, important. So, in the Bodhicitta Avatara, chapter 9, mentioned at the beginning, all these branches, practices means five. First, the five are Buddha taught to realize the wisdom of emptiness. Because the wisdom of the emptiness is the direct method to free from samsara. Without wisdom, no matter how you practice generosity, patience, morality, they will not cause us to free from samsara. We to free from samsara, we need this wisdom. It's the method. It's not a Buddhism. It's the cause, way how to free from samsara. There's something very, very profound. Buddha is such enlightened master, we say, because of this. We take refuge in the Buddha because we can free from samsara. We can achieve enlightenment. See? All other words, it gives us wisdom to uproot our total mental afflictions. Who can do this? Look at it, There's no any doctor in the world, medicine gives us to uproot. Look at it, go to the store, how many supplements are there? Hundreds and thousands of supplements. Is there anyone that will give you a way how to delete all your mental afflictions? There's none, The Buddha's one word wisdom, that gives us the opportunity to see, to know your mind, to see your mind directly what it is. Realization of that. Like in the world, if you see there's called Indra. Have you heard of Indra? Indras, Brahmas, there's so many powerful Vishnus, mighty gods, all this. They are not free from samsara because they have no realization of the emptiness. They're still hanging on the soul, the called divine soul, I'm not criticizing, but it's what is in the teaching, the text mentioned. We have to have this kind of wisdom to see the demarcation of samsara and nirvana. Generally, wisdom in the jewel ornament of liberation mentioned, there are worldly knowledge to study, the art, the engineering, all the engineering, the arts, construction of the aeroplane, construction of the road, the building, bridges, internets, all this is engineering, is knowledge. Then there's a knowledge of medicine. There's so many different types of medicine. Nowadays you see much more. The old system of the medicine, the new system of the medicine. There's so many you see. It's becoming so expensive, becoming such big business, See, Then there's kind of like a lawyer system. It's called the logic debate. It's a lawyer, you know. More you're trained in that, how to debate, ask question, and you answer back and forth. So lawyers are like that, you know. So they said the logic system, the dialectic system is like the lawyer, you know. So this Tsema, prana, so you know, Tsema. Anyway, this logic system. So that kind of system. Then the sound, language system. No. Language, not just human language, animal language. The rock, water, all this sound. Every sound has this meaning. You can understand what is there, what is saying, you know. What is the Bodhisattvas who are above the ninth bhumi? They can communicate with animals. Do you know that? Milarepa has directly communicated with the dog and the deer. See, Milarepa was above the ninth bhumi, 10 Buddha, who do you know? When the deer was coming, the dog chasing, you know, the deer has no other place to hide except just to run towards Milarepa. And Milarepa said, now you deer, no, what a thorn-headed. You have such a great fear, the dog may catch you anytime. And you have such a great hope or expectation to free from the dog. With the fear and hope, you are wandering in samsara. To free from that cycle, vicious cycle, I will teach you Mahamudra. So deer was totally relaxed because they understood what Milarepa was talking about. You know? And at the same time, also the Lord Gyaltshen Sungwen, he was walking on the road, and he saw there's a vulture flying, and he spoke. The vulture understood, directly landed in the front of him and meditating. That made such a great impact. Known everywhere, you know. Lord Gyaltshen Sungwen, he spoke with the vulture and gave the instruction of meditation. The bird was meditating. The word went round everywhere. That's one of the cause. The hundreds and thousands of disciples coming together. The people say, let's go to see the Lama who can speak with the vulture. You know? So this is a language skill. So there's a language skill, there's the dialectic skill, there's the medicine. So medicine is so good. People who are medicine for the mind. Dharma is the medicine for the mind, and the physical medicine, all these different, the Oriental medicine, the modern medicine, all this you see. So this is popular everywhere, you know. Now we don't speak maybe other animals' language, but we learn other language. No, we learn English, Chinese, Hindi, Spanish, German, Russians. I speak one Russian. Спасибо. That one language I know, the whole one word. It really was very helpful. I was very impressed. Way back some years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, I went to Mexico, Moscow. Then the Russian airplane was called, Anyway, I took the Russian airplane from Moscow to Kyiv in Ukraine. So I was in the airplane. Then there was it's about 2 hours flight. So there's a lunch they're giving. So I got that time I was in the economics place. So I got some little lunch, and the flight attendant, this gentleman, I said, Pashiba, he said, what? No, I said, Pashiba. He was so happy, went way in the business class and brought the food to me, So I thought, if you know one word is really helpful, you get a good meal, So these are common everywhere. Every different religions also they study those. Without religion, everybody study those. Without believers, they study those. Now they're so popular, especially the art, the engineering. This car is so popular now, making all this, you see, equipments to go to the moon, to go to Mars, everywhere, So, and then you can say monastic arts, painting, crafting, all those painting, tanga, all everything. Those. Now next, the wisdom of the inner meaning, Nangto Rikpa. There's as mentioned, there are two. One is called lesser wisdom, and the other one is higher wisdom. The lesser wisdom for Sharavaka, Partikbuddha, understanding of this, this mission. All the afflicted state is a suffering. All the afflicted state is a suffering. And then all composite phenomena are impermanent. And then all this, the holding everything is emptiness. And then there's no self. The total peace is nirvana. I should say, no self, total peace is nirvana. The Sharavakas, Partikbuddhas, they train in that, study that. This morning I mentioned regarding to our body, you see, I gave the good example of this, how body, different layers of practitioner, like this. Then the higher Mayana, the great vehicle, then you realize everything is nothing but emptiness. But within emptiness, everything functions. No separation. This the table in front of you is empty. But within the emptiness, the table functions to hold on things. You cannot ignore that. But it depends on individuals, those who realize and those who not realize. Those like me, who is not realized, I see the table is solid. It functions in that way, solid. I can touch, I can break, all these things. Those who realize the table, then the table is just, you can bend the table, but nothing happens. No. You can hit the table, go through your hand, nothing happens. Like Milarepa, he was in the cave. He went through the rocks. The rocks they could not abstract. He can go through back and forth. Those who realize this very nature itself is nothing but emptiness, empty. This quantum physics theory, they also prove that, This intellectually you can prove that. But experientially, we don't have the ability to prove that. So we need to meditate. The shows we have to meditate, practice about this. Then intellectually we can prove it is empty, but still we're so attached to it because we have not realized. If something happens, I don't like it because I have the mind of grasping, the disliking. That gives me discomfort because I don't like it, because I have not realized. But if you realize this, then nothing makes a difference. One side, eyes cold, one side burning fire, doesn't make difference because you realize the emptiness of both. So Milarepa, he turned into water, he turned into fire, he turned into anything. He realized that. That's the nature of the phenomena. That's what it's called innate nature of the phenomena. Innate nature of your mind. Right now, we are the one who's showing the magic, the nature of the emptiness. We're making solid, We can touch, we can break. So we are the real magician. Then we suffer. It's a magician, The magic shows we are suffering. So in this way, the wisdom now, this way is all called the right track, as mentioned, We're going direct towards the enlightenment. Now, the next is to free, or we should say now, the confusion dawn as wisdom. Now you realize, practice. When you go to according to the path, then path 8th bhumi, 9th bhumi, 10th bhumi, those time, bodhisattvas who achieve those levels, then they have a direct understanding of the confusion dawned as wisdom, especially the 10th bhumi bodhisattva. That time, that means now this, my body, as I mentioned this morning, this 5 skandha body, at one time is the basis of samsara. I attach to this, I suffer this, I create the cause of suffering of here. There's nothing suffering is exists outside, it's in here. That's why Lord Chitta said, who wanders in the samsara? The body wanders the samsara. Have you heard of that? Because the body, we need house. If there's no body, where we need house? Because the body, we need aeroplane, we need car, we need TV. We want to see. Because of aging, body ages. The mind never ages. So we struggle. The body ages, and the mind stays young, and then there's a lot of conflict. So as you see, and all these things we need, all this because of the body. We need delicious food because of the body. We create suffering here, and we suffer by this all the causalities, cycles within this, our body. It's very profound wisdom, you see. Then when you become deity yourself, where's the body? You visualize yourself deity first. Then you practice that, actually you can become deity. Like Marpa demonstrated to Milarepa. He manifested as a Chakas Havachara, where Samacha. When Milarepa was departing from Marpa, Marpa was, then he was just, it's just 3 syllables, Om Ahom. And Marpa said, I demonstrated this to you. It's my gift for your departure. This I cannot show everybody, but for your confidence, I'm showing this. Marpa said, now are you really confidence? Are you really well equipped of confidence? And Milarepa said, yes, I have no doubt. I myself want to achieve this way. So the body, you see, you yourself can become that deity. So where are these ordinary bodies gone? It's gone to nowhere. Then it becomes the basis for enlightenment. So you see, it depends your body. It's becoming a basis of your suffering, samsara, and it becomes the basis of the enlightenment. Then you see this deity inseparable of the appearance and emptiness. All this you see. Then at the end, it all dissolves into emptiness. That's how Buddha taught these profound teachings. And Milarepa has practiced, realized that. And then Gampopa and Lord Gyaltshen Sungkun, they explain about these things perfectly. So that, Samu, when you see your body as the deity, and especially your mind totally as the Buddha's mind, there's no confusion. Mental afflictions, all the mental afflictions, nothing but empty. It's wisdom, that's called. You realize wisdom. So confusion dawn as wisdom. So there's nothing to dispel, nothing to purify. But at the beginning, we need all the support. As Gampopa mentioned, the beginners, you don't challenge to the afflictions, but you run away from the afflictions. At the end, all the afflictions are nothing but wisdom. That's what's called the fourth Dharma of Gampopa. The confusion dawn as wisdom. Make sense? So these are how profound the teaching is about. Why we need to spend time on this. How much you get the benefit, you see. It's not just a lip service, It's a practical approach. You can see that, When you look at your mind carefully, it's nowhere. That's why you can find a lot of quotations. The Buddha, past, second, the past, future, now. Buddha have not seen your mind because you cannot see yourself. But at the same time, it's the foundation of everything, samsara, nirvana. This paradox is only can captured by the wisdom and then see as a non-duality. See. But as I mentioned, first we have to start from that beginning. without touching the basis beginning. When you go high up, say, oh, I heard Mahamudra is so profound. Can you give me about that? And Lama gives that. It doesn't make any sense. You are in a such a wrong place, and it is impractical. You go to the other place. They say, oh, looks like there's nothing empty. You know, it's just so empty, nothing, you know. But when you go through this step by step like this, oh, foundation, that's called jewel ornament of liberation. The book starts, you know, from the first you see Buddha nature, is making the foundation, you know. Quotations from the Uttara Tantra, that's the answer I answered, you know, what's the root text of the jewel ornament of liberation. First quotation from jewel Uttara Tantra. Then at the refuge section is the main practice path towards enlightenment. There is a Uttara Tantra quotation. The ultimate refuge for the migrator is Buddha is mentioned, refuge. The Buddha is a Buddha, Dhammakaya, Sangha. It's the refuge, the total path towards enlightenment. Then at the Buddhahood section, there's a quotation of the Uttara Tantra. What's the characteristic of Buddha? So jewel ornament of liberation is within the framework of the Uttara Tantra. See? So it's very profound, so precious. Okay, I think time consumes. Any questions you have? Okay. Now, first, please. Yeah. Yes. First, you say. Please take a few moments, reflect this last two, the four Dharmas of Gampopa. I try to explain, whatever I can. Whatever I could, according to my ability, and just a simple way, practical way to make the sense. So you just reflect on this, whether that makes sense or not. And if it makes sense, you appreciate, rejoice. So I'm so happy that I participated again, wisdom. So I have studied for many years, but this helped to clarify some of my confusion or improved my understanding. So like these things. This is what I said is those who are interested in Dharma teachings. I made such kind of clarification. There's no other alternative to choose. Now I give up this teaching, I'll try another way, So Buddha mentioned such a concise, clear, and that brought down by the great teachers, especially like Gampopa, Lord Gyaltshen Sungkwan. They achieved the Buddhahood. They totally understood the Buddhahood. And the Buddha's message freshly given to us. written on the text, So now I see this. That's what samsara is about. Nirvana is about. Why we need to study, why we need to practice. Under their guidance, now I will follow step by step. Just make that mind, appreciate, rejoice, and then make a, calm, unfluster. Unfluster, the word? Unfluster, make the mind clear, precise, relax, go there, direct that way. And I'm so happy now I can do in your daily practice, meditation, whatever you do, again. So with this, please take one breath, inhale, exhale. Thank you. All the virtues that have accumulated in the past, which will be also accumulated in the future, at present, including all this, and then during these 2 days, I'll spend the time on this. Whatever virtue you have created, dedicates towards the Buddhahood, enlightenment of all sentient beings. Okay. That's all sure. That kind of song. Great.
Page 12.
Okay.
For this realm encircled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of every benefit and bliss without exception. Tenzin Gyatso, you who are one with Avalokiteshvara, may you remain steadfast until samsara's end. Embodiment of the 3 precious jewels, Padma, who holds the teachings of the victorious one, sing the all-goodness meaning with the wisdom eye. May you, who are spontaneously established activities, live long for hundreds of kalpas. Noble Manjushri, the Lord of Speech, who manifests to hold the teachings of the Triple Gem, who raises the lamp of the sage's teachings, may you, who are the light of the Dharma, live long for hundreds of kalpas. The one known in the Holy Land as Arya Deva, emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chudingpa, the heart son of Jigten Sumgum. May the life of glorious Gyaltshen remain steadfast for 100 aeons. You who are richly endowed with the glorious wealth of Dharma knowledge, who through reflecting and meditating have actualized the self-aware absolute reality and shine with the 100,000 light rays of ethical discipline of the Buddha Dharma. May you, Khenchen Rinpoche, live long.
Live long.
Page 15. Dorje Chang, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dharma Lord Gampopa, Pagmodrupa, and Lord Jigumpa, please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessings of all the Kagyu Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travel on
the waves of birth,
sickness and death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious one, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not whatever it is, higher and higher. I pray that the Lama may have good health. I pray that the Lama may have long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separated from you. As Manjushri, the warrior, realize the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate all merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtues collected in the three times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Jigungpa Ratnashri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, bodhisattvas, yogins, yogis, and dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the three times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Shravaka or Pratyekya Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading maras, and the hordes of demons experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. Thank you. Well, we just have a few thank yous from the Chicago Ratnashri Sangha and the board of directors. First, thank you all for coming. Thank you for participating here and on the Zoom. It was really a beautiful time to be together. We want to thank the Chicago Ratnashri board for the beautiful food, for the lunches that they sponsored. Thank you. They were delicious and wonderful. And for Anila, please, thank you for the breakfast and the dinner. And to Nicole for getting the Zooms going for us. Thank you so much. And for our Omse, Elizabeth, thank you. It takes many, many hands and many minds to get these retreats together. Thank you, Drupan Rinchen Dorje, for requesting these beautiful teachings of the Four Dharmas of Gampopa, and most precious, most venerable Khenchen Gyaltshen Rinpoche, thank you for your unwavering patience with us and your unflinching compassion. We just pray that your life and your radiant effulgence continues to just bless all of the beings on this planet and all of us, and please come back. So on behalf of the Chicago Ratnashri Sangha and with the deepest gratitude, we offer, these are offerings that were made by the participants both online and in person, and thank you all so much for your generosity.
Thank you so much. This for the center use. My small offering.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so then these go to you. This is from the center for you.
Happy New Year.
那开大，我们用开大推下才东西。
不在线可能